Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I have a little bit of a different video for you today. I don't have any clothing or makeup or skincare or anything like that to review for you. I instead wanted to make this video a little bit more personal, and you guys have been asking me so many great questions. I've been wanting to do like a ask me anything type video for a while now, and now is kind of the perfect time. So you may have noticed I've been a little quiet here on this channel for about the last month or so. That was actually very intentional. I had some personal things going on, and then I took a vacation, much needed. But now I'm back and I'm very excited to bring lots of fun content your way. But please know, anyone that reached out or made comments, I sincerely appreciate your thoughtfulness and very much appreciate you checking in. All is well, and you'll see lots more videos coming your way very soon. I've collected a number of questions that have come through my community posts, video posts, Instagram messages, etc., and have collected them all, and we'll just be answering them kind of on the fly. Of course, I know the questions that are going to be asked as I wrote them, and I honestly haven't had much time to really think about the answers to these questions in like a preemptive way, so hopefully this goes smoothly. You're gonna get a very unfiltered, uncut, raw version of my responses to these, which I think is always a little bit more fun, but you tell me. And I have a beautiful display for the questions today. I wanted to give a big shout out and thank you to the Rose Forever company for gifting me and sending me this beautiful, beautiful box of roses. Now, if you're not familiar with Rose Forever, let me tell you a little bit about them. They are a New York-based company founded in 2019, and they really specialize in creating these beautiful floral arrangements that are intended to last a year. So these are real flowers. They've just been preserved using some natural oils. So these beautiful roses will last for a year, and I have this beautiful acrylic case to display them in. They also have a variety of different colors of roses, anything from like metallic gold to your standard red rose and everything in between. They have velour boxes and cylinders for your arrangement to go into. I selected the clear acrylic because I keep this in my bathroom to store some, jewelry and kind of a catch-all. And it's a beautiful way to display those types of things with some really pretty flowers. Whoops, as you can see, this drawer works. And what I've done today is I've just put all of the questions in little post-it notes inside of this drawer to make it a little bit more fun and randomized, and what better way to answer questions than from this beautiful floral bouquet, right? And they've also done one better and are giving all of my friends, my followers, you, an opportunity to try them out as well by using the code SherryHealy15 at checkout. I will have everything linked down below so you can go and check these out for yourself. Let's get started with our first question. I don't know why, but I'm very nervous. I love your confidence. Have you always been confident, or was it a journey? This is probably my most frequently asked question, and I'm really glad I got this one first. So absolutely not. My confidence has not always been as profound as it is today. It's definitely been a journey. And I'll just say that as a child, I've been plus size my whole life. So as a child, I was picked on, ostracized, had a hard time finding like cute clothes to wear when the majority of my classmates could shop pretty much anywhere. So it's always been a struggle for me to feel really confident in what I'm wearing and the body that I was born into, if you will. I will say though, as I've gotten older, I have really embraced my inner and outer beauty, if you will, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder, of course, but instead of hating my body and trying to morph it into something that it's really not intended to be, I found this just inner peace and calm with who I am. And honestly, I think I have you all to thank for a lot of my newfound confidence and being able to really spread body positivity on this channel and show my body as it is, and not feeling like I need to wear shapewear, and that I can come on here and definitely wear a bikini and feel so confident in it. And honestly, the hardest thing to do to build confidence is to truly feel it internally. But I guarantee you, once you start to believe that you are beautiful and you are worthy and your body is beautiful just as it is, that confidence will exude and it will externalize itself. And you'll notice just the way that you walk, the way that you present yourself, your demeanor, your first impression that people have of you completely shifts. And it doesn't happen overnight. It's absolutely been a journey, but one that I'm super, super thankful to have been on. And it's never ending for me. I mean, I have good days, I have bad days. I think, you know, we're all human. We have those influxes and roller coasters of emotions, but I can say that I'm the most confident I've been in my entire life. And I just can't thank this channel enough for allowing me to really build that and build a body positive community. So thank you. All right, let's go into the next question. It's like I'm playing 21 questions, but I think there's only 17. So, you know, there's that. Do you have a budget for your hauls? Ooh, this is a great question. So I will say no, not really, which I know sounds very like pretentious, but so a lot of my hauls are with brands that I'm partnered with that I love and adore, and so I have ongoing videos with them, like Shein, Truly. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know what I'm talking about, where those items are usually gifted to me. So when it comes to budget, that's not really you know, something that comes out of my pocket. However, with those brands, I'm usually given, you know, like a number limit of items to select or a dollar range to stay within for those hauls. So yes and no. When it's stuff that I purchase on my own, I really try my best to get a full range and variety to really give a brand an opportunity to either love it or not love it. I should probably be following something a little bit more strict, but honestly, I haven't thus far, and I'm not sure if I will in the future, but great question. Let's see what's next. I love your hauls. Well, thank you. How do you see your content evolving? Ooh, this is so good, and one that I've been thinking about quite frequent as of late. So the majority of my content here on this channel has very much been plus size fashion, really looking at brands, hauling clothing, giving my honest reviews on them, try-ons, etc. I think in the future I want to evolve a little bit more to do more stylistic things on this channel. So many of you have asked for like tips and tricks and like how do you style the pieces that you get, and how do you maybe create like a capsule wardrobe, or even transform, you know, a skirt into a dress. I've done that a couple of times on my channel. So you all have really shown interest in learning more of those types of things, and so I think in the future look forward to that. I also would love to do more kind of intimate moments like this, or just more personalized approaches to the videos so that you can really get to know me more. And when I first developed this channel, I was very much just like fashion focused, and although that is the core of my channel and it will always be the core of my channel, I want to be able to share more about my life with you all. I feel like we've developed such a great bond and we've really been on this journey together, and so I'd love to be able to do more of these types of things in the future as well. And I've really gotten into thrifting as of late, and I find so many cool things when I go thrifting, and I'm just so curious. Are you all interested in seeing what I pick up when I go thrifting? I do some of this on my Instagram, so if you follow me there, you would have seen my segment called Nifty Thrifties. But I find some really cool things at these thrift stores. Not typically fashion, to be honest. It's mostly like decor and home goods. And I would love to know, let me know down below, are you interested in seeing like thrift hauls or thrift flips. I've done a couple of things where I've gotten a piece at a thrift store that maybe was damaged or just wasn't my aesthetic, and I've flipped it. So let me know if that's of interest, because it's something I've been kind of pondering, but of course your feedback is incredibly valuable, so let me know down below. Spice. Get a cat, they said. It'll be great, they said. And she's just been my shadow for the last year, so there's that. Let's go on to the next question here. Are you married, single, in a relationship? Question mark. Oh, the timeliness of this. No, I'm not married. Never been married. No children. Single as a Pringle over here. Not in a relationship. Single, but not really looking either. I'm really trying to focus on myself right now. Honestly, the thought of dating right now just sounds so unappealing. Dating in general is just horrible. But I've recently gone through a pretty significant heartbreak, one that honestly shook me to my core, and it still has. Still trying to ground myself a little bit from that. And so I'm definitely not in any rush to like get back into the dating world. I'm definitely in therapy, trying to work on things and really get to a place on my own where I feel like if someone does come into my life and it is a good fit, I'm willing and able to reciprocate that and be vulnerable, and I guess enough to do so. So a lot of self-work going on right now. Honestly, it wouldn't be fair to myself or to someone else to kind of get them involved in that right now. So I'm perfectly content where I am right now. No plans to get hitched or start dating anytime soon. But again, if the right person comes along and the timing is right, if it's meant to be, it'll be meant to be. Next question. Do you truly love or use the brands and products you promote on your channel? Yes, great question. First of all, I appreciate the question. And I know it's sometimes hard to believe that when brands gift you things or sponsor you for things, it can come off very, very, sponsored. I only share the brands, the products that I actually truly love and use myself, or would give to my best friend or my mother or someone that I love on my channel. If it's something that I've tried and I don't really care for it, I definitely say that in my video review, and then I probably won't use or refer to that brand again in the future. So you'll see sometimes some brands that I've maybe worked with once or twice, and then it's kind of fizzled out because it just wasn't up to the caliber or the standard that I personally need when I'm looking for fashion or skincare or makeup brands. Next question. How has the last year and a half gone for you during the pandemic? Any changes, new projects? This is a great question. I will honestly say that I have grown significantly in the last year and a half during this pandemic. I think I've always been a little bit more of an introverted extrovert, so one of those like hybrid types, but I've always valued my alone time so much and thrive on my own. I'm very independent. So the pandemic, in terms of like being alone and not being able to socialize and things like that, didn't really impact me much at all, because it was very much kind of business as usual for me. But I will say that I have really taken the time in the last year and a half to really focus on like what's important for me, what are my core values, and how do I create like a healthy lifestyle for me. And I'm not talking about, like diet and exercise. Yes, sure, that's part of it, but like, how do I create healthy boundaries with people? How do I, deal with past trauma, like a lot of things that have just evolved me as a human, as a soul, as a person in the last year and a half. And it's pretty remarkable to have this point in time where, against our our will at times. We've been forced to really take a hard look inward. And although this pandemic has been horrible and it has impacted and affected so many people across the world in the most devastating ways, I'm honestly, to a degree, grateful for the opportunity that this has presented to the world to really just take a pause and really reevaluate what's important in life, right? I mean, my mother was sick during the pandemic. She's in very poor health in general, and then actually got COVID. And I honestly thought that I may never see my mother again. And I would not be able to go visit her in the hospital to say my goodbyes, or, you know, a lot of these thoughts kind of came very much like flashing before my eyes. And it's really, really challenged me to look at the world a little bit differently, to look at my relationships differently, to look at the way that I value time differently. Time is so invaluable, and I think that before I took time for granted, and I took giving people my time for granted, and I've just become much more aware of what that is and how significant time can be. And so at the end of the day, to come full circle here, definitely have changed a lot in the last year and a half. I think for the better, absolutely. I have found like a sense of spirituality that I've never had before. It's pretty remarkable. Like I'm getting chills right now just thinking about it. Next question. What is your tried and true tip or hack for shopping online? I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I love to be able to go into like the new and now section of a website before I go any further, because you and I both know you can get into a black hole of online shopping, especially on large sites that have thousands of products. You can really spend quite a bit of time going through those. So I like to look at the new and now just to get a sense of, okay, where is this brand right now, like trend wise? Is it kind of my aesthetic? Is it not? And if it's not, I move on right away. I do not waste my time going through like every single category or anything like that. I just move on. So that's probably my biggest tip to save you time and frustration when it comes to online shopping. I love Spicy. Oh, she's sitting right here. She loves you too. How long have you had her? So Spicy and I have been together since she was a kitten. I rescued her from a farm in very small town, Iowa, and she will be 9 years old this February. So we've been together for 8 years. You know, good, bad, and ugly. She has been by my side. We have moved multiple different times together. I think about 7 times collectively since she's been in my life. So she's been through it all. She's been on multiple plane rides. She's been there for me during this pandemic. She's honestly like just a constant in my life. And although we have our moments where she's very sassy towards me, I'm very grateful to have her in my life because she definitely calms me down and is someone to look forward to every day. A true like companion, especially in these times, is like so valuable, so valuable. Why and how did you start your channel? I love this question. So I was working on a side project at work with some colleagues who were developing this kind of startup influencer platform that I was fortunate enough to be a part of. And I got to work with a lot of really awesome plus size creators in this community and really just found a love for building body positivity and fashion even more than I already had. So I really leaned into it, and after that project unfortunately kind of came to an end, I decided that I wanted to take my stab at getting into this type of the industry, if you will. So I started my YouTube channel. So if you go all the way back to my very first video, you'll see me kind of explain it there too. Please don't judge me. It was my first video. I think the volume was like super low. The production quality was not very great, but you can kind of see where I've come from there, which is just so cool to see. I think this is gonna be my last question because this video is about to get very long, so I'll keep these for next time. What is your least favorite current trend? Oh my gosh, okay. So y'all might disagree with me, but I cannot get behind like the mom jean look. You know what I mean? Like I'm about like a relaxed fit denim, sure, but like the 80s 90s mom jean that like give you no form, no figure. They're very boxy, like up and down. They give you no butt, kind of large in the waist. I don't know, I just can't get behind it. I just don't find them to be flattering at all. And it's honestly a trend that I don't think I will ever try. You'll never see me in some baggy mom jeans. It's just not for me. I have a few more questions to answer, but I'm gonna save those for an upcoming video. I don't want this video to get too long, but I hope that you've enjoyed this. I really have enjoyed answering your questions and having you get to know me a little bit more on a deeper, intimate level. I'd love to know if there are any other questions that you're thinking of, put them down below. I hope to do more videos like this in the future, and I'll be sure to collect them all and do this again, hopefully soon. I want to just say thank you again to Rose Forever for gifting me these beautiful roses. This worked out perfectly to host my first Q&A session with all of the Post-its in this beautiful acrylic box. Don't forget, you can try out Rose Forever if you haven't already and save $15 on your first bouquet by using the code SherryHealy15 at checkout. I'll have everything linked down below again if you want to check it out for yourself. Thank you again so much for being here and tuning in. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. This is something totally new for my channel, so I'd love to hear from you either in the comments or with a thumbs up or both what you think of this, and hopefully I'll be able to do this again in the future. Thank you again so much. I really appreciate it, and I will be sure to see you in the next one.